Yo, what's good with y'all? Welcome back to the Reality of Jvrse channel, where we bring your reality face to face with you, man. Hey, I know we haven't had a whole lot of uploads that's happened on the channel in like the last week. We getting our rhythm back. I just dropped a solid gaming video, and we got a challenge that we doing on the gaming channel. So in the description, if you're interested in any gaming content, if you are a gamer yourself and you come across this and you want to check it out, please go and check out the gaming channel. And the newest video, we're doing a challenge, 50 days of uploads, man. It's gonna be exciting. So more info for that on the channel, man. I don't want to give too much of that away here. And also I want to let y'all know, if my camera is doing any chopping or anything like that, I don't have my regular camera here today, unfortunately. I'm actually using my phone, so we making it happen the best way that we can. So y'all just bear with me. But today we got another reaction video. And this one is, it says, I'm gonna actually put it on screen so y'all can see. It says, mother approaches stepmother for hitting her child with a belt. So I'm not exactly sure what is about to be entailed in this. It says, Roomies, should a stepmother be able to spank a child if he or she is being disrespectful without the consent of the biological mother? So we're gonna dive into this, man. Like always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you share this video with somebody, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything here on the Reality of Jvrse, where we are bringing our reality face to face with ourselves, man. And we're getting back to the regular daily uploads for the week starting today. All right, so I just had to get some other stuff out of the way, but we're back on it. We ain't wasting no time. I don't even want to get too much into that. Y'all gonna see. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into this. Let me unmute first. Matter of fact, let's reload this just to make sure we ain't losing any context to this. All right, let's do it.
And I don't condone, and I told him that I don't want nobody putting their hands on my daughter but me, because I'm the mother. So what makes you feel like you could do that?
Understood. First off, it was something mutual between me and the father because your daughter was being disrespectful.
She could, okay, this is my thing. My daughter's not disrespectful. And even if she was disrespectful, I told him to not let nobody, no bitch, excuse me, but really not excuse me, to put their hands on my daughter.
Okay, at the end of the day, your daughter's not disrespectful to you because you're her mother, and I guess the ways that she's learning, you're teaching her. However,
baby,
what
look,
I'm trying to tell you
it gotta
is
be
that
something
in my
that you
house
said to her for her to even feel
that it ain't gonna be tolerated.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this: we can't talk together. We can stay together, but we can't talk together.
But what I'm telling you is valid, and I'm
okay. So why you let her put her hands on our daughter? Because you know, what you mean what I'm doing here? I'm checking your wife because she feel like she got authority to put her hands on my daughter.
Let's stop it right there, because first off, she was being disrespectful.
How was she being disrespectful?
I gave her permission.
Why didn't you, no, why didn't you discipline her? I'm not talking to you right now. Why didn't you discipline her? Because you the damn daddy.
Because I wasn't here.
Okay, well, next time, call me or something. Because I don't condone that. You need to speak to me. I'm the one that birthed her because this is my daughter. He is. But look, if he's not here to discipline her, then you need a way. Because
you just could have called me about this. You
don't answer the phone. You don't answer the phone. And this is what I have to do to get through to y'all. If I got to pull up and act the fool to get through to y'all because y'all want to touch my child, this is what I'm going to do.
It's my child too.
Okay, but if you aren't there in the vicinity.
How you gonna come in my house and try to act the fool?
What you mean act the fool? You weren't here. So if you were not here, then how you going to punish her? How you going to do that? So that's not her right to do that.
I gave her permission
here, though, and she's under my authority at the time. She should be listening. Don't you think?
I'm not saying she should not listen, but let me tell you something. This is my daughter. I don't want you touching her. That's point blank, period. And if she comes back to me,
coming over here because if she's gonna be disrespectful and cross the line.
Okay, well, why you not being a daddy and checking her then and making sure that she's respecting her? Because you just told me that you weren't here when it happened. So if you're not here when it happened,
come back and tell you that daddy whooped me, because I do. If she's disrespectful in my house, she's going to get
She told
punished.
me that daddy's new
no matter
girlfriend touched me. That's what
she
told me.
Ain't nothing new about this.
Let me handle this.
Okay, look. Please handle
guidance,
this, because I swear to God, you know how I get. And I'm already up here. It don't matter. It's my daughter, though. It's my daughter. And I ain't even really got to talk to you. We can definitely go there, because I'm with that time. What? Listen to what?
Under my roof, she's going to get punished if she's being disrespectful.
I'm not. Okay, look, I'm not saying she can't be punished, but she does not have to put her hands on my daughter. Call me and I will handle it, or either teach her to be more respectful, because she don't do that with me. So that says something.
So where she's learning
So that says something. Obviously you. Obviously you. Okay, but if she's disrespecting y'all, then what sense does that make?
What is you talking about?
Exactly, and she doesn't disrespect me. She disrespects y'all. So that says something about y'all's parenting. Baby, look, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not trying to come here with that shit. I'm really not. But you need to calm all that down. This ain't calm that down.
Next time, if
I'm
you're gonna
with it,
come here,
obviously,
call me.
clearly.
I will call you. And
You
make
don't
sure you
have to
answer
do
the
this.
phone. Make sure you answer the
Your
phone.
baby got it.
You don't
So
have
you
to.
here. You can get it too.
Like I said, don't touch my child no more, okay? That's all I'm gonna say.
All right,
And
listen,
y'all can have a wonderful
next time
day.
you
Have
call
a
me.
wonderful rainy day. And
Yes.
how about your narrow ass answer the phone when I call next
All right,
time?
yeah, I
And I
wanna
said
see
what I
that phone
said.
call.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Okay. We gotta unpack. Let's unpack. First and foremost, the biological mother is upset because the stepmother, in this sense, whooped or spanked the child because she was being disrespectful. We also get more information finding out that the dad wasn't there, but the stepmother, his wife, was given permission to whoop the child or spank the child. All right. So there's a lot to unpack here. First and foremost, I'm going to say this. I'm going to be real straightforward. Everybody that's watching this video, you were a kid before. We all know how we get when we get out of the regular comfort zone, when we're not, amongst the company of our, just the regular, the regular comfort zone, right? When you get out of familiar territory, sometimes you do things that you wouldn't normally do. Say stuff that you wouldn't normally say. Sometimes when ain't nobody watching, you would, go places that you wouldn't normally go. You know what I'm saying? If you given the opportunity. My point with that is, if this child is primarily, like I'm assuming, is with the biological mother most of the time, that means that she acts one way when she's with her mother, and she's probably going to act another way when she's with her dad and her stepmom. Now, this is the truth of the matter. If a child is being disrespectful, discipline has to come into play, because if you don't teach them at home, the world is going to teach them. If you got a disrespectful mouth, if you have disrespectful actions, if you lack self-control, the world is going to teach you how to have self-control. It's going to happen. That's just reality. I solely disagree with the biological mother saying for the stepmother not to whoop the child, to spank the child, to discipline the child, and to call her if her child needs discipline. And I think the main reason why I disagree with this is because it's not realistic. The biological mother is not always going to be available. She's not going to be available 24/7. She's just not. That is the reality, is that she's not going to be prepared and ready to just drop everything she's doing to just go and handle her child. And I'll take it a step further. There's actually somebody else that's in place to do that. I'll put this in another perspective. And my camera is lagging so bad, so I do apologize, y'all. We'll be back to the regular stuff tomorrow when we record tomorrow's video. We'll get all that together. But anyway, when we're in church, right, we have obviously the pastor, the ministerial staff, our deacons, our ushers, our mothers, and then there's other adults that are in the church, right? It would be completely ridiculous to say that one of the mothers in a church can't discipline another child that's in the building. I'm not just talking about spank. I'm not just talking about spanking or whoopings. I'm talking about like they can't say anything to the child. They always have to go and get the mother. Like if a child is doing something that you can tell them, hey, don't do that, or hey, it's not okay for you to do that, They need to be able to do that. If it ever calls for it, they need to be in a position. Those mothers, the ushers, the deacons, the ministerial staff, the pastor, all these different people, the other adults that are in the room need to be in a position that they can have a fair share of discipline for that child. Why is that important? Because children need to know that elders, people that are older than them, have to be respected. It shouldn't be that you give this adult respect, but then this other adult you don't give respect. That's not how that should work, ever. The way that I grew up is that any adult I have to give respect. Now, don't get me wrong, some adults you may respect more than others, but the mutual level of respect that adult is supposed to get from adult to child or from child to adult, that respect is supposed to be given because they're an elder. They know more. They know when certain things are inappropriate, where you may not know. You may be ignorant to it as a child, right? And I think that it's completely ridiculous that this mother is saying that the wife, right, of the man that has her child can't discipline her. She's not abusing her. If there's abuse going on, then I mean, there's a lot of other variables that should play into that if that's going on. But simple discipline, like she got a spanking because she was doing something that was disrespectful and she had to be disciplined. She had to learn. She needed to know that what she was doing was not acceptable within the household. That should be regular communication between the adults. Now, I will say that if the child is disciplined, right, I think that, you know, the husband should communicate that the child was disciplined, that, you know, that she did get a spanking, that she did get a whooping from the stepmother. I think that he should do that. And if he didn't communicate that and the child just went back home and she's like, mommy, you know, so-and-so whooped me, you know, my stepmom whooped me, and she wasn't aware of that. Like, the reason why is because sometimes children will make stuff more dramatic than what it really is. And as adults, we have to be on each other's side, right? And let me say this before I say what I'm about to say. There shouldn't be in any position that the wife really should have to deal with the biological mother really at all. Like, and I'm talking about, like, if they have a good relationship that they made on their own, the biological mother and the stepmother, that's wonderful. That's great. That doesn't always happen. So it should be a mutual ground between the husband. Not to say that the stepmother shouldn't have any communication with the biological mother, but the husband should be the person that is doing the communicating. It shouldn't be left up. And I'm not saying that it was, but it should never be left up to the stepmother to communicate with the biological mother about anything. Because at the end of the day, it's technically not her child. She chooses to mother that child because she loves that man. And obviously, if she loves that man, she has some form of love for that child, or she should have some form of love for that child. Which is probably why she disciplined her in the first place, because typically I would like to think that if the stepmother didn't have any love, or if she didn't really care at all, she would just tell her husband, hey, I don't want your child to come over here anymore. And then that would create more issues within them, because she just, you know, if the child going to do stuff that's disrespectful, she not going to want her in the house. And we see that to an extent when the stepmother is telling the biological mother, hey, like, if I can't discipline your child, and she's going to be disrespectful when she comes over here, she can't be here. It's not going to be possible for her to come over here because the dad is not always going to be there. Her husband is not always going to be there. The stepmother may be there sometimes, and sometimes the stepmother may be gone and the dad is going to be there. But to say that only one parent in the house can discipline and you don't live there, but you're sending your child over there, that's unrealistic. I'm sorry. That doesn't make sense. That's not something that's realistic that would happen. I would like to think it's not ideal for any home that, you know, maybe the parents are co-parenting and, you know, the children have to go over to mom's house or have to go over to dad's house, whoever has custody, different stuff like that, whatever. It's not ideal that the significant other of the spouse, you know what I'm saying, of the husband or the wife can't discipline that child, right, from the biological parent. Like, you know what I'm saying, like they're telling them they can't discipline. That just doesn't make sense. I think that will cause corruption with that child to make them think that there's some adults that they can respect and there's other adults that they don't have to because they don't hold a certain level of significance, so you don't have to respect them. And that is inappropriate. That in itself is inappropriate. Like I tell my students all the time, because this is the way that I was raised. If my mom told me that I couldn't do a particular thing, I don't get up and go ask my dad the same thing I asked my mom that she told me I couldn't do. When she said no, or when my dad said no, there was no getting up and going to go ask my mom the same thing, hoping that she would say yeah, because that's causing division between the two, right? They're supposed to be together. They're not supposed to be separate. And right now, in this situation, the biological mother is causing division between the husband and his wife, which is the stepmother, because they together are parenting that child when she is over there. Right. So there shouldn't be any kind of separation or any kind of distinction. If anything, they should be coming together. And I do want to say this, too. Yeah, I think I touched on it a little bit earlier. As adults, we have to be on each other's side. Why? Because we've been in this world longer. And obviously, we know a little bit more, right? So because we've been in this world a little bit longer and we know a little bit more than a child that, has been here less than 18 years, we should be able to discipline them, tell them right from wrong, share our experiences with them, and discipline them ultimately. We should be able to do that. And whenever there's a case where we can't discipline a child because a parent, rather it's the biological or the step, is in disagreement with a particular thing in a way that, certain stuff is being handled, we have to be able to, as parents, as adults, we have to be able to meet in the middle, have understanding, and agree upon a thing for the generation behind us, right? The children. We have to. And I think that that's the necessity that's being missed out on in, the form of this video. So I really did not like how the biological mother handled that. I think that she was very disrespectful. I don't agree with her coming, to the doorstep of that household and demanding and trying to enforce when that's not her home. It's extremely inappropriate for her to come to another home, regardless if her child is there or not, and be enforcing, especially in the case that her husband or her ex-husband, the father, of her child, maybe it wasn't even her ex-husband, but the father of her child is there, right? He has a child. If you don't trust him with your child, then you should never even send your child over there. And I'm talking about, and the reason why I'm saying trust him is because you don't trust his judgment to say that the stepmother can discipline the child to this biological mother. You don't trust that. So why are you sending your child there? Which I believe the stepmother had made mention of. And, just the getting disrespectful, everybody has to have self-control. It shouldn't go past a certain point, even with a misunderstanding or a disagreement. It should always meet at a center point. And I just feel like that the biological mother just raised havoc and just didn't allow it to be at a center point and caused a lot of issues that just were completely unnecessary. It's just an inappropriate situation. So that's my take on it. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all think the stepmother was wrong for, spanking a child or disciplining a child when she was disrespectful? Or do you think that the biological mother was wrong for, approaching, the home and, kind of coming off disrespectful and trying to enforce, or, in her case, trying to defend her daughter and, not allow, the stepmother to discipline her child? Who do you think is wrong? Who do you think, was in the right? Who do you think needed to handle the situation differently? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And like always, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure that you like and share the video with somebody and subscribe. Please subscribe, and please hit the comment section and let me know what you think, or just, give me some thoughts just on the video, just in general. If you liked the video, if you didn't like the video, let me know. All of these different things help the channel so much. We're on a road to 25K by May. We haven't forgot. Let's make it happen. Let's keep on bringing our reality face to face with ourselves and creating these new perspectives. And I will catch y'all in the next video, man. It's your boy Jvrse, and I'm out. I'll leave you with the words peace and love.